Hi, my name is Dr. Zachary Webb, and I am the instructor of percussion here at the University of South Alabama. Today I'm going to be focusing on the marimba piece that you've been asked to perform for the Alabama All-State Materials for the middle school portion. And this piece is called Musette by Johann Sebastian Bach. And it is in the solos and etudes for marimba, which has been edited and compiled by Mark Johnson. Okay, so I'm just going to go through kind of how I would approach learning the piece and getting it ready for your performance and your audition. And then there's also a performance video of me playing it, so you can kind of check that out as well. The piece obviously isn't too short, but it's also not too long, so it's a good little piece to learn. The first thing you're going to want to know to look for is to check out the key signature. Okay, and that also has to do with sight reading. So when you go to sight reading, make sure you look for the key signature. Okay, and this is in what key? It's in the key of D. Okay, we have two sharps, C sharp and F sharp, and we have two basically sections that repeat. We have an A section, which is about 8 bars long, and then the B section, which is it's not even 16. It looks like maybe 20 bars long, just eyeballing it. So let's make sure that we play the correct repeats and that we make it as musical as possible. Okay, so for me, the biggest thing, well, maybe not the biggest thing, but the first thing that I'm going to look at after I look at the key signature is basically different chunks. Sometimes, depending on the piece, I'll try to read it all the way down, but you may not be there yet. Doing chunks might be better for you. So I would say start with the A section. And what I mean by the A section, I said that a minute ago, is we see measure 1, and we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures. Then we have a repeat sign. That whole chunk is what I would call the A section. Okay, so you're going to start here on that high A, and notice the dynamic is forte, and we're going to go bum ba da 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 dum da 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 bum 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 ba da 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 dum 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 dum. Repeat. So you're going to do that whole thing again. Okay, and really just make sure you're playing a strong forte dynamic. And that you're keeping a good rhythm. Your rhythm is clear. You go 1, 2, and a 1, 2, and a 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and then all strictly in time. If you need to work with a metronome, do that. I would suggest using a metronome for everything you play, even if it's mallets. Okay. So work on that, and then when you get to the B section, which starts in measure 9 and goes to the end, notice how we drop down here to mezzo piano. So really for me, this if we look, this piece has two dynamics, right? It's got mezzo, not mezzo, it's got forte, and it has mezzo piano, okay? So really you're going to be dealing with something here and something here, so I'd make those as drastic as possible, just to make sure that the listener, in this case, the person you're auditioning in front of, has a clear understanding that you understand dynamics, okay? So make sure that forte is strong, and make sure the mezzo piano is, you know, on the lower end of things. You know, it could be almost piano, just to make sure that they understand that you know how dynamics work, okay? And then when you get to measure 9, like I said, drop down. Whatever it is. So when you get to 13, you know this is where this starts to crescendo. And watch these accidentals, these sharp notes, and just read through this. And when you get, I think maybe when you get to 13 and you start crescendoing, don't crescendo too fast, okay? Because once we look, if we look ahead, 21, measure 21, this is the second to last line, where we have the high A, that's the recap, right? That's fortissimo, and you're going to crescendo over that whole amount of time. So don't get too loud too fast. Just gradually start to get louder until you get back to the main theme. Okay? So, and you're going to play through all that, and you're going to repeat again, go back to the mezzo piano, and play the whole thing. Okay? It's not too overly complicated. You just got to learn the notes and follow those kind of basic ideas. Make sure you got clear, good timing through the whole thing, and make sure that you're playing the dynamics as closely as possible and as dynamic as possible. The only thing that I will say is in measure 13, where you have the D natural rolls, as well as in measure 15, where that happens again. Just don't freak out on those. Keep those as a good, comfortable single stroke roll. Okay. Okay. Don't try to do anything weird. No double strokes. Just a single stroke roll. Okay. If you have any other questions having to do with this, please let me know if I need to clear something up. Be happy to talk you through it. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you as you're working on your all-state music.